Hey guys, Zangetsu 134 here, bringing you another Kamen Rider build review. So, in this episode, uh, the reporter finally admits that she is working for the Namda Industries as well as the Toto government and how they are connected. We also see Build recover all of his full bottles, and Bloodstark takes off with the Pandora's box, basically finally separating himself from Night Rogue. However, while all this is going on, Toto is setting up a failsafe to further distance themselves from Faust by having Gentoku's secretary Utsumi pretend to be Night Rogue and have him killed. All this ends with the reveal of Ryuga's name as a Kamen Rider Cross, as well as one of the old victims from the previous Smash uh, experiments coming back to finally say who set up Ryuga to be the fall guy. So yeah, once again, this is one of those episodes where a lot happens. Like, so much happening that they didn't play the opening theme. They actually played that after, like at the end, very end of the show. They played it over the credits. I was actually really surprised because usually they only do that for like the finale of a show or like a really important episode. I mean, granted, this was an important episode. Um. So yeah. No, I really enjoyed this episode. A lot happened. I really like that the reporter is finally now going to be like an actual good guy. That she's going to help them. We find out that she basically worked with Namba more to try and see if she can find some way to expose Faust, or expose how they're connected to Faust, due to the fact that, due to experiments, her father was a scientist that was working with nebula gas or something on the skywall, and due to an accident, they were forced to kill the 11 scientists that were working on it. So yeah, no, that was pretty decent reason for her to be doing all this. We also get to see the debut of Pirate Resha, Build's newest form, which I actually really like. I like the weapon. I like how, like, the more you cock back the train on the rail, the more um powerful the shots are. Um, so yeah, probably my favorite part of the episode was definitely the fights. There were some really good fights. Mostly between mostly between Build and Night Rogue. But I did like the beginning fight where Cross, Build, Night Rogue, and Bloodstock have like a four-way battle between between all of them. That was really cool. Um, it's kind of a shame that, like, I will admit though that like Ryuga only got to have like one tiny little fight in this episode, despite the fact that he debuted last episode, and this was very more build centric and more about Kaizaku Resha than it was about Ryuga. I mean, just because that was such a great episode for Ryuga, it seems kind of a shame that he only really showed up at the very beginning, and then he never comes back because it's so focused on Sento and uh reporter lady whose name I feel bad I don't know her name because we're 12 episodes in and I can't think what her name is. But otherwise it was pretty fun. The fact that Utsumi was willing to fake being Night Rogue was interesting. It also shows that apparently those forms more interchangeable uh than uh than build or Cross, as those have to be synchronized with the person in order for them to work. Whereas here, Night Rogue could be interchangeable with anyone, which I guess kind of makes sense since the idea with Bloodstock and arguably Night Rogue was that they were supposed to bring out the potential of Build in a way. You haven't seen that yet, but I mean, it makes sense. We also find out that arguably Night Rogue is still stronger than Cross, even though like Build had to drive him back. But like basically, Night Rogue states his hazard level is higher than Cross, which is interesting because so far we've only seen hazard levels 1 through 3, so that it kind of implies that hazard levels can actually go higher than that, which makes sense to me since Build's going to get like a hazard thing that actually ups the hazard level of his abilities, particularly Rabbit Tank, which will get like another super form. I know they've already revealed Rabbit Tank Sparkling, but I think that's more like a minor power up compared to the hazard version of Rabbit Tank. I know Ryuga's gonna get like a new form as well, but that's gonna be with a new belt, or at least what we've seen so far. That might be subject to change. I got this bump on my head. Ow. But yeah, it was an interesting episode. It was kind of shocking to see Utsumi die, but the fact that he fell into water kind of makes me think he might not have died. I don't know. That was pretty Toshiki Inoue of this show to do that, but sorry. But we'll see. But yeah, no, it was a pretty good episode. I definitely like the cliffhanger at the end that was definitely setting up for probably a pretty intense next episode. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode. I'm looking forward to the next episode. This one was really good. I had a few issues, mostly just the fact that like Cross really didn't get to do much, but I mean, otherwise it was a pretty good episode, and I just felt it was weird that like they introduced him and then he barely did anything this episode. But you know, we'll probably see more of him next time, especially because I think we're finally going to get Bloodstock's reveal next week, or at least the beginnings of seeing Bloodstock's reveal next week. So yeah, guys, it was a good episode. And I will hopefully see you guys next week. So yeah. Until then, guys, this is Zangetsu 134, and I will catch you next time. Until then, take care.